Take a moment. Close your eyes. Now picture this. You rise from sleep, but your legs, they feel like jelly. Not sore, not in pain. Just entities, unsteady, wobbly, unfamiliar. You try to stand, and the floor feels a little further away. Your hand reaches for a glass of water. It trembles, and before your mind can catch up, panic rushes in. What's happening to me? Did something break overnight? But no, there was no fall, no warning. Just this quiet weakening, as if someone turned down the volume on your strength when you weren't looking. And now, every step carries a question mark. Every breath, a hesitation. What if I told you that something is happening inside you, quietly, invisibly, every day, and that it's not your fault? And more importantly, it can be changed. So if you've been feeling this too, not weakness, but a quiet question rising inside you, then stay with us. Subscribe to Senior Fit, where growing older doesn't mean growing smaller. It means growing wiser, stronger, and still moving forward. You see, this story is more common than you think, even among those who still eat well, who still move, stretch, stay active. It begins with something small. You sit longer than usual before getting out of bed. Stairs feel steeper. Grocery bags feel heavier even though they're not. You chalk it up to just aging. But then one morning, it's hard to get out of a chair, or you find yourself hesitating before taking a step. Not because you're afraid, but because your legs aren't sure. This isn't your imagination, and it's not laziness or poor lifestyle. It has a name, and that name is sarcopenia, a quiet thief slipping in when no one's watching, not with pain, not with a bang, but with slow erosion of muscle, of strength, of independence. Sarcopenia doesn't send warning signs like a fever or a rash. It doesn't shout, it whispers. In the effort it takes to rise, in the balance you fight to hold, in the fatigue that lingers even after rest. By the time most people notice it, it's already taken too much, and yet doctors rarely talk about it. It doesn't make headlines, but it changes lives. And if you're over 50, chances are it's already begun. Sarcopenia is now officially recognized by the World Health Organization as a disease, not a natural part of aging. Let that sink in. It's not simply getting older. It's a medical condition that steals up to 33% of your muscle mass after the age of 60. Even if you feel fine, even if you're eating healthy, and for many, this loss starts quietly in their 50s. Not when you're old, but when you still think you're far from it. This isn't about vanity. This is about function, about how you move, how you walk, how you live. You might have noticed it already. Sitting becomes harder. Your knees feel unsure. You trip more often. Your arms shake when lifting even light things. Your balance doesn't feel like it used to. This is sarcopenia. And it changes everything slowly until one day you fall and don't know why. But today, there's good news. Because once you know the enemy, you can start to push back. And that's what we're here to do. Not with fear, but with clarity. Not with prescriptions, but with food. Because muscle loss isn't the end of your story. In fact, it can be the beginning of your return to strength. A remarkable study from Harvard Medical School found that even seniors in their 70s and 80s reversed significant muscle loss in just 6 weeks using food alone. No fancy equipment, no exhausting routines, just the right nutrients at the right time. Because some foods don't just nourish, they rebuild. They speak directly to your muscles, saying, "Wake up, grow back, you're needed again." And today, we'll walk through 9 powerful foods, many of which may already be in your kitchen, that can slow stop and even reverse muscle loss after 58. We'll begin with the first 3 in the next section. But before we do, ask yourself, have you felt more tired than usual lately? Do your legs feel like they've forgotten who they used to be? If yes, know this: you are not broken. Your body has not given up. It is simply asking for a different kind of help, not more struggle, not more willpower, just the right kind of fuel. Are you ready? Let's begin with what may be the most overlooked muscle-restoring food of all. A grain that's been quietly waiting to serve your strength. Let's begin with something simple. It's not a supplement, not a rare herb. It's a humble grain, one you may have overlooked for years. Brown rice, the forgotten energy source. Brown rice is more than just a side dish. It's one of the quietest forms of strength you can put on your plate. Unlike white rice, which is stripped of nutrients, brown rice keeps its outer layers, the bran, the germ, where the real power lives. Why does that matter? Because inside those layers are complex carbohydrates, the kind your muscles rely on to rebuild. When you're over 50, your body no longer stores energy the way it used to. Quick sugars spike and crash. You feel tired, worn, unmotivated to move. Brown rice changes that. It digests slowly, releasing a steady stream of energy to support muscle activity, not for a sprint, but for your everyday life. Standing, walking, lifting, all the quiet movements that now feel heavier than they should. But there's more. Brown rice delivers magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle contraction. Without enough magnesium, your muscles may cramp, twitch, tire easily. And sadly, many seniors are unknowingly deficient. It also provides B vitamins like B12, which are critical for nervous system function, so that your brain and your muscles continue speaking clearly to one another. How to use it? Just one small bowl, a few times a week, paired with a lean protein, can help restore the rhythm between energy, movement, and strength. Think of it not as a carb, but as fuel your muscles understand. 2. Quinoa, the gentle muscle builder. If brown rice is fuel, quinoa is repair. Quinoa is one of the few plant-based foods that offers a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. As we age, our ability to synthesize and use protein declines. This is why even those who eat enough still lose muscle. It's not just how much, it's what kind. Quinoa speaks the language of muscle recovery. Its amino acid profile makes it ideal for seniors who may struggle with digesting heavier meats. And yet it's not just about protein. Quinoa contains iron, which helps deliver oxygen to your muscles. It contains magnesium again, supporting proper contraction. And it contains fiber, which supports digestion. So the nutrients you eat don't just pass through you. They reach the places they're needed. How to use it? Swap it in for white rice, or mix it into salads, soups, or warm bowls. Just 1 cooked cup offers around 8 grams of protein, a powerful contribution for aging muscles. You don't need to overhaul your diet. You just need to trade noise for nourishment. Walnuts, the anti-inflammatory shield. Now, let's talk about pain. not the sharp kind, the low, constant inflammation that lives in joints and muscles and fatigue. This inflammation silently erodes your strength. And one of the most powerful ways to calm it is walnuts. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, the plant form called ALA. These healthy fats help reduce the body's inflammation and lower levels of cortisol, a stress hormone that, when elevated for too long, actually destroys muscle tissue. You may not feel stress as you once did, but your body still carries it, and your muscles pay the price. Walnuts help balance that. They also offer vitamin E and polyphenols, antioxidants that protect your muscle cells from oxidative damage. And yes, they provide plant-based protein too. Just one small handful per day can gently shift your body from breakdown to recovery. How to use it: add to oatmeal, mix into yogurt, eat plain as a snack, even sprinkle onto salads. It's not just food, it's quiet protection wrapped in something so small you could miss it. Let's pause here. You've just met your first 3 allies. They don't shout, they don't promise miracles, but they work day by day, cell by cell, breath by breath. In the next part, we'll meet the next set of defenders: blueberries, flax seeds, and a nighttime powerhouse that feeds your muscles while you sleep. Because building strength isn't about doing more, it's about feeding what already wants to grow inside you. And yes, it's still there, waiting. Let's begin with something sweet. Not candy, not sugar, but a fruit the color of dusk, small enough to rest on your fingertip, powerful enough to protect your strength. 4. Blueberries, the antioxidant muscle shield. Blueberries have long been called a superfood, but for older adults, they're more than that. They're a kind of shield against what age brings quietly: oxidative stress. As we grow older, our cells are exposed to more free radicals, unstable particles that chip away at healthy tissue, and muscles, being large and active tissues, are some of the first to suffer. Blueberries fight back. They're packed with anthocyanins, the pigment that gives them their deep blue color. These compounds neutralize oxidative stress and reduce muscle inflammation at its core. Not with force, but with gentle, steady protection. But that's not all. Blueberries also speed up muscle recovery, especially after light activity. If your body takes longer to bounce back from walking, bending, or climbing stairs, blueberries can help shorten that recovery time. They contain vitamin C, essential for collagen production, the protein that keeps your muscles, tendons, and ligaments connected strong and flexible. They're also rich in potassium, which supports fluid balance and proper muscle contraction. Without it, cramps and weakness become more frequent. And here's the bonus: blueberries also support cognitive health, helping you stay clear-headed and focused so your mind and body move together. How to use it: have 1 cup a day, fresh or frozen. Eat them plain or mix into yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies. Let each bite remind you, this isn't just food, it's restoration. 5. Flax seeds, the tiny titans, now from fruit to seeds, so small you might not notice them. But inside each golden or brown seed is a network of support for your muscles, your joints, and your digestion. Flax seeds are rich in plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, especially ALA, known for their anti-inflammatory power. They help soothe the chronic low-grade inflammation that wears away at muscle mass over time. And in doing so, they support muscle recovery and maintenance, even in your 70s and beyond. But flax seeds don't stop there. They're also rich in lignans, plant compounds with antioxidant properties that help protect muscle cells. And they contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which support digestion, ensuring your body absorbs the nutrients it needs to rebuild. A healthy gut means better nutrient uptake. And when you're over 50, that becomes essential because even a great diet won't help if the nutrients don't reach your muscles. And yes, flax seeds contain plant protein too. How to use it? Grind the seeds first. Whole ones often pass through the body undigested. Then use 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. Add them to yogurt, smoothies, cereal, or even baked goods. Simple, invisible, powerful. 6. Cottage cheese, the nighttime builder. Now let's move to the evening. You've eaten well. You're resting. But did you know that most muscle breakdown happens while you sleep? That's when the body enters a fasting state. No fuel, no support, just quiet, dismantling. Unless you give your body something slow, something that digests gently, something like cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is rich in casein protein, a slow digesting form of protein that releases amino acids steadily over several hours. Perfect for protecting your muscles through the long night. 1 cup provides around 25 grams of high-quality protein, plus calcium, which supports both muscle contraction and bone integrity. It's also rich in vitamin B12, essential for nerve function. So the connection between your brain and your muscles remains sharp and responsive. Many seniors are deficient in B12 without even knowing it, and that deficiency can feel like fatigue, weakness, even dizziness. Cottage cheese quietly fills that gap. How to use it? Have a small bowl before bed, 3 to 4 nights a week. Top it with berries, walnuts, or even a drizzle of honey for flavor. Choose low-sodium, sugar-free varieties for best results. It may feel like a small step, but it's during the small, still hours of the night that the greatest restoration happens. And you deserve to wake up with muscles that feel just a little more ready. Pause here. You've now discovered 6 foods, each one a quiet act of healing. In the next part, we'll move into the final 3, a powerhouse yogurt, the strength of fatty fish, and the foundation of lean protein to complete your muscle restoration toolkit. You don't need to eat them all in one day, but knowing what to choose and when can make the difference between decline and quiet return. Your strength never left you. It's been waiting. Let's keep going. So far, you've met 6 quiet defenders of your strength. Each one plays a part, protecting, restoring, renewing. But now, we arrive at the final 3. Together, they complete the circle. 7. Greek yogurt, the muscle multi-tool. Think of Greek yogurt as your muscle's best friend, especially at night. Why? Because it's concentrated with casein protein, just like cottage cheese. But it also comes with something extra: probiotics. These beneficial bacteria help regulate your gut, and that means better nutrient absorption, reduced inflammation, and stronger immunity. Greek yogurt delivers 20 grams of high-quality protein per cup. It also contains calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D nutrients, essential for both bones and muscles to work in harmony. And for those worried about energy, its balance of slow digesting protein and healthy fats means you stay full longer with a steady release of fuel. Whether you're active during the day or recovering at night. How to use it. Choose plain unsweetened Greek yogurt. Enjoy it before bed or as a midday meal. Top it with flax blueberries or walnuts for a triple layer of muscle support. A quiet bowl with a powerful effect. 8 fatty fish, omega-3's muscle messenger. Now we dive into the ocean, into foods like salmon, sardines, mackerel, and tuna. Fatty fish offer a unique combination. Complete protein plus anti-inflammatory omega-3s, EPA, and DHA. This is the secret. You see, as we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein. That means you can eat well and still lose strength, unless your body knows how to use what it's given. Omega-3s make muscle cells more sensitive to protein. They open the door so nutrients can do their job, and they reduce chronic inflammation, which otherwise keeps your body in breakdown mode. One 100-gram portion of salmon offers around 20 grams of complete protein, plus a generous dose of omega-3s and vitamin D nutrients that many seniors lack. Fatty fish also support joint health, easing stiffness that might keep you from staying active. And remember, movement is what preserves muscle. How to use it. Grilled, baked, or steamed, not fried or overly salted. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. A simple plate that restores what age has taken. 9. Lean protein, the foundation. Finally, the one that underpins it all, whether it's chicken, turkey, tofu, lentils, or eggs. Lean proteins are your everyday tools for rebuilding. They contain the essential amino acids your body needs to maintain, repair, and grow muscle tissue. And while you may think I already eat some protein after age 60, your body needs more. Not just to survive, but to thrive. Even just 15-20 grams of protein per meal can tip the scale from slow loss to steady gain. How to use it. Make sure every main meal includes a protein source. It doesn't have to be large, just consistent. A boiled egg in the morning. A few slices of grilled chicken at lunch. A lentil soup at dinner. Simple changes, strong returns. A day of strength. Your gentle blueprint. Let's bring it all together. Morning Greek yogurt with blueberries and ground flax seeds. Midday. Brown rice with grilled salmon, leafy greens, and a sprinkle of walnuts. Afternoon snack. A boiled egg and a small handful of walnuts. Dinner. Quinoa with lentils or lean chicken. Lightly seasoned vegetables. Evening. A small bowl of cottage cheese before bed. You don't need perfection. You don't need to count every calorie or chase every trend. You just need rhythm, consistency, a quiet devotion to the strength you still hold. Closing, the return to strength. Let's return to where we started. The moment your legs felt unsure, the water glass shook, and your body asked you a question. Can I come back from this? And the answer is yes. You're not broken. You're not too far gone. You're not late. Muscle is one of the most responsive tissues in the body. Even in your 70s, 80s, or 90s, it listens, it responds, it grows. All it asks is that you feed it well. These 9 foods are not magic, but they are messengers telling your body, you're still here, you still matter. Let's rebuild. You've made it this far, not just through this video, but through life. And that means you already have what it takes. Just take the next small step. If you've been feeling this too, not weakness, but a quiet question rising inside you, then stay with us. Subscribe to Senior Fit, where growing older doesn't mean growing smaller. It means growing wiser, stronger, and still moving forward. We'll see you in the next one.